The ITU Telecom World Conference is currently underway at the ICC in Durban. The conference is bringing together players in the telecommunications industry and other role players. Our senior producer, Siphumelele Zondi, spoke to MTN South Africa CEO Godfrey Motsa and Mayamiko Nkoloma, the founder of a Malawian tech solutions company, about challenges that ITC companies face on the continent in terms of regulations and legislation.
Right, we are still coming to you live at the ITU World Telecom in Durban, taking place at the Inkosi Albert Luthuli International Convention Center. Now, with me is Mayamiko Nkoloma, who is the founder of a startup called Motsa, and the CEO of MTN South Africa, Godfrey Motsa. Hello, thank you very much for joining me, gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Starting with you, Mayamiko, maybe if you can tell us about why you saw it important as a startup from Malawi to exhibit at ITU World.
Yeah, thank you very much. I found this will give us a platform to sell our ideas and our solutions so that we shouldn't just concentrate on Malawi, but maybe we can go across maybe SADC or maybe even in Africa in general. That's why we thought of coming here.
Yeah. Your participation as MTN, Godfrey, why is it important to be at such spaces?
Thank you very much. It's actually the first time that the ITU is actually held in Africa. So when it comes to Africa, we really believe that MTN is basically the benchmark. So we're the first one to say, let us support our government. Let's make sure that the ITU basically comes to Africa. And then we actually the headline sponsor. So we are in 21 countries, and most of those countries are actually in Africa. And South Africa is our birthplace. So that's why we're actually here.
You're testing 5G as well.
We're testing 5G. We're actually the first one, again, in the African continent to actually successfully test 5G indoor, outdoor, and also mobility. So you all know that the 2010s were about 4G, and the 2020s are going to be about 5G. And we want to make sure that really MTN, the Motsa network, we are actually at the forefront of all these new innovations.
Godfrey, do you find that with the innovations that you create, especially in the health space, is 5G something you need? Is it necessary?
Yes, exactly. Because it's all about transmission of data. And with 5G, it promises us to give us huge bandwidth. So I guess it would be better to apply 5G in health application so that we can transmit bigger quantities of information, pictures, or even video. These days there's telemedicine, so 5G actually is quite ideal for development in the area of health. Yeah.
The company you founded is called Motsa. What does Motsa do?
Motsa basically stands for Intelligent Monitoring Systems. We develop solutions to give people and also organizations the ability to control or monitor their infrastructure remotely from anywhere in the world. And Malawi is one of the least developing countries, and to sell technology is a bit challenging. So we concentrate on key areas that we think is they are quite ideal to help in the development of the country, and these areas are agriculture, health, water, energy, just to mention a few. So our application mainly they concentrate on these key areas where we are using technology to make life better.
And do you find that you're getting support from Malawi, from government? In fact, some of your solutions are actually for government itself.
Exactly, because, for example, one of our solutions is a smart water management system, and this one we are giving to the water utility companies. So they are using this solution to monitor everything, their infrastructure. We talk about reservoir tanks, water quality, if the pipe is broken. So they're able to get this information right from anywhere in the world through the use of internet. And another thing is on the eHealthy project. This one is a huge project which we're doing across the country under the Ministry of Health, and it's funded by the World Bank. So as you can see, we're getting support, but the idea is to make life better. So we're able to show that, life can be better. We can improve the lives of people, lives of poor people through the use of technology, and the support is there.
MTN, as you mentioned earlier, is in 21 African countries. It's not easy sailing, though. You faced a few problems, Nigeria being one.
Yeah, the Nigeria stuff is tough, but the important part around Nigeria, we're saying what we've said to everybody else, that we did nothing wrong in Nigeria, and we are engaging with the authorities so we can actually find a solution to the issues we are facing. But we can assure everyone that we did nothing wrong. So that's really the position we basically hold, and we will defend our position. But again, the continent is our home. We're not going to run away from the continent. So we're basically gonna stay. We're gonna stay in Nigeria, as we have basically said, and we're going to basically hold our position as we have communicated officially through the sense and all the other piece of communication.
And do you find that other countries in Africa are supportive to the work that you guys, especially when it comes to legislation, you coming in as MTN as an African multinational?
No, we number one in 14 of the 21 countries where we operate. So we have really been welcomed in all the countries we operate. We're successful in most of the countries where we operate. We do not have, we're only number one or number two in all where we operate. So we have really been very successful. And I say we have to stay the course, and then we're doing what we do here in South Africa, in all the other countries, bringing a lot of internet connectivity, telephony, and then making sure that as the economies grow, and MTN is really spearheading that. So we Africans, we're staying in Africa.
And do you find that they update their legislation, especially with tech innovations, especially with the stuff that you guys are coming in with?
Normally the legislations and the regulations, they do not basically come as speedily as we would like it to be, but the approach is to engage with the government. For instance, here in South Africa, the biggest issue we have, as you all know, is the issue of spectrum. We are engaging with Minister Kwele, we're engaging with the ICASA, we're engaging with the Ministry of Communication, so that at least we can basically release the unassigned high demand spectrum. There's basically a lot of engagement in that. So sometimes it doesn't happen at the same time. Sometimes technology moves faster than the regulators, but guess what? We have to engage, and we do engage. We need a spectrum like, I can't even say it. Yeah. We're on a spectrum crunch. We need a spectrum like yesterday.
And in Malawi, do you find that companies, like MTN is not in Malawi, for example, but similar companies work with you as startups in order for you to get ahead and for you to grow?
Yeah, I mean, because like you look in our applications, we deploy applications across the country, and the only connectivity which we rely on is with the mobile service providers. So although this is just a new technology coming in, we have to work with them hand in hand so that they can give us support for bandwidth to ensure that our information is able to come from point A to point B. So there's a bit of collaboration which we're doing. We work with Airtel, we have Airtel, and also we have TNM, which support us in transmission of data.
And Godfrey, the work that you do now in the big tech startup ecosystem, you have the ICT Awards, for example, and for both women and for both tech players, SMMEs. Why have you decided, Godfrey, that you need to participate in that space?
So if you look at the applications of the technologies that we develop, especially around 5G, I think it's basically mentioned that you've got applications in mining, you've got applications in medicine, you've got applications in public safety. So if you think about 5G, it's mostly around connecting things. And again, at a latency that is very, very almost a tenth of what you have today. The speeds basically 100 times of what we actually have today. The best application of 5G is going to be around connecting things. And who basically make things and who've got things to connect is basically businesses. So we're talking smart homes as well, but most of the application will come from small, medium enterprises as well as large enterprises. So that's why these guys are really important for us, that we partner with them, we generate use cases, and then we can scale and industrialize basically this innovation. But really 5G is a thing that's really exciting us. And as I said, 5G needs spectrum. So it's an area that we're really pushing very hard for.
Mayamiko, plans for further growth?
Yeah, Africa in general, like Malawi, Zambia, Mozambique, Tanzania, Botswana, our platform is almost the same, and our application can easily be replicated to other countries. So that's why I found it even quite important for me to come here with my company, so that maybe we can interact with people from other countries, so that we can grow further Africa and even beyond Africa.
All right, sure. Yeah. Mayamiko Nkoloma there, who is the founder of a company called Motsa in Malawi, and we also have Godfrey Motsa, who is the CEO of MTN South Africa. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us.
Okay. Thank you for having us.
All right, so that's all we have for you right now at this present moment from the ITU World Telecom. We will have further details, and we will be coming to you live from the ICC in Durban. Thank you very much for joining us. It's back to the studio.